I'm making this short video to the TV stations here around Roanoke, Virginia, or anywhere. For a long time, I've told about and I wrote about mind control murders, and Larry Flint was one of those that was shot and his attorney killed, and the man programmed to shoot him. There's been a lot of that, but some of them were done in patterns, and I wanted to get this in. And don't know what I'm talking about, the local will. This was a cab I took, and I was afraid. I'd had a phone call, and I was afraid because of what I put up on YouTube. It's all true. You can't tell it. And on Facebook about my kidnapping and writing about the mind control murders and the people killed and the agencies and everything. And I've been doing this for a long time. It's really about who I am. And on the 18th this month, I called a cab because I'd had a phone call that some people were going to try to hurt me, let me put it that way. And it was the yellow cab, and I don't think the man, well, I'm going to put it up here anyway. I was trying to get to over in Tennessee, and because I've told everybody here for a long, long time, since October of '86. Okay, I got down there and I began realizing I was so afraid that I wasn't going to have enough money. I've been kept almost penniless all this time. So I turned around and come back, and I called, which I hated to do. On the way back, I called Affordable Corporate Suites in Christiansburg, and they had one. It was too much, really, but I thought I'd go by there anyway. And my cab driver said, well, made a point of saying, well, we're going to turn off here. And he went to Dublin. We went by the New River Valley Airport, I remember that, and we went on down Pepper's Ferry to Christiansburg, so that was Dublin. And I didn't take that, so I came on back to Roanoke. And he brought me back here, and this is the camp. So it was what happened later, and since they know, I'm going to just put in this here. The white, and they'll know where the name belongs, is part of this family. This is the Dempsey family where I was taken. This is me, and this is the woman that had the twins and brutalized me. The whole family did. Let me say this. But anyway, White, and I'm not going to mention the rest of her name, she's a granddaughter to these people. She's a niece to this woman that had the twins in Moulton, Alabama, and but anyway, that's where the White name comes from, and you know the rest of it. I'm afraid to put anything else up here. I am going to put that, because you also know the Murphy, and that's Falls Church, yellow cab. I went up to D.C. trying to get something done. I was brought back. I stayed at Econo Lodge in Falls Church, 6/15/01. Now then, before I checked in there and paid the cab driver here, before I checked in there, I went a couple of blocks down, and I was shopped at the Anchorage Motel. It was, I don't know if it's still there. This was in 01, 9865 Lee Highway, Fairfax, was still there. And that's where I finished high school. Well, I didn't finish high school. That's where a class trip from Moulton, Alabama, when I finished high school, we stayed at Anchorage Motel. And it still had that name, which kind of shocked me after all these years. That was 1957. Now, if this sounds a little strange to people, all they have to do is look at the rest of my videos, and you can pick up on it. I was kidnapped and brought to Moulton, Alabama, and given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey, and I married a Childers. And this woman had killed her twins, and the family covered it up, and I was brought there, I guess, to Cortland Air Base. I don't know. It was being built then. But Larry Flint flew me out there during a campaign to run for U.S. Congress to replace a doctor I'd written about, a medical malpractice, and it was Larry McDonald. and he says here that I know who's responsible for his shooting. And I'm going to leave it at that because I'm still very afraid because, I mean, really, if it's ever told what's happened to me, you're told to tell the truth. And if this had happened to anyone else, I haven't told a lie. You can't even get the truth on these videos, and I've got a whole bunch of them up in Facebook. And I'm going to leave it at that. I told you that, and I'm going to say this. I spoke with Terry when I got the phone call. He's a friend of mine, and because I was afraid, and I'm going to leave it at that because these were done in patterns, and I don't need somebody showing up at my door handcuffing me and saying, hey, that's nuts, or when I've laid it all out and there's no way I can make it up. It's because of who I am, and I'll leave it at that.